is an investigation of the abduction and murder of a
Cherish period.
On June 21st, 2013, a disturbing tragedy unfolded at a local Walmart supercenter in Jacksonville, Florida, that shook the entire town. It was a crime so heinous that it brought jurors and witnesses to tears.
Through the woods, pushed it under the water, forced it under a tree, and took asphalt bricks.
It was hard. Because as me being a mother and a grandmother and having grandkids at that age, when that happened, you know, I couldn't imagine if anything like that happened to one of mine.
Around 8 p.m. that evening, Rain Periwinkle took her daughter Cherish out for shopping, blissfully unaware of the impending tragedy that awaited them. But what truly happened? Was it merely a case of the wrong place at the wrong time for Cherish? Or was it a moment of weakness or neglect on her mother's part?
Jackson 911 Robinson. Hi, I'm at Walmart. I'm in turn, I think, taken. What do you mean? Taken by a stranger. I can't. Okay, ma'am, how old is and you say you have the...
I was yelling, call 911, my daughter's been taken and no one would help me.
Today on Dark Minds, we delve into the harrowing crime story of the abduction and murder of 8-year-old Cherish Periwinkle. Prepare yourself for yet another terrifying tale. But before we get into the unsettling details of this horrible crime, let's rewind a little and find out what led to this heartbreaking tragedy. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button to stay tuned for more riveting crime cases just like this one. Cherish Lily Periwinkle was born on Christmas Eve 2004 in Jacksonville, Florida, and was the daughter of Rain Periwinkle and Billy Giroux. Her parents never got to tie the knot and were embroiled in a custody battle over Cherish and their other children. Tragically, the life of this promising young girl was cut short one night when she went outside with her mother. The story unfolded on the evening of June 21, 2013, when Cherish and her mother, Rain Periwinkle, went out for a shopping trip. As they walked into a local Dollar General store, a mysterious man named Donald Smith approached them. With a hint of charm, he struck up a conversation and offered to buy them clothes they couldn't afford, waving a $150 gift card to sweeten the deal. Unbeknownst to the family, this was nothing but a deadly trap.
Periwinkle.
yeah, 8-year-old female.
I don't view children as sexual objects. I don't view them as sexual objects or sexual partners. All I know is that
Yes.
I need a very simple book.
Cherish Periwinkle was 8 years old. She weighed 67 pounds. Separated from her mother, her little sisters, from all she knew, the safe in this world. She spent the last petrifying hours of her life with him. He gagged her, he raped her, he sodomized her, and then he strangled her.
By showing kindness and affection, Donald managed to befriend the family, and the Periwinkles got into his white van after accepting a ride to a nearby Walmart store. Their shopping spree continued as they ventured to Walmart, browsing the aisles for the next 2 hours. Around 10:30 p.m., Smith suggests they grab cheeseburgers at the store's McDonald's. An unsuspecting Cherish followed him with the hopes of a late-night meal. However, as the CCTV footage revealed, Donald's intentions were a lie. He secretly left the store with Cherish, unbeknownst to her mother. This was the last time Cherish was seen alive. After realizing that her daughter had gone missing, Rain Periwinkle called 911.
Jackson 911, Robinson. Hi, I'm at Walmart. I'm in turn, I think, taken. What do you mean? Taken by a stranger. I can't. Okay, ma'am, how old is and you say you at the Walmart on Lim Turner? Yes, I am. Okay, where did you last? Walmart. I met a man today at Dollar General. He saw that I was struggling to buy them some clothes. He drove us here to buy us some clothes, and the only reason I went with him because he said his wife was going to be here. Because I told him I don't take rides with strangers. Okay, ma'am.
With a voice full of anxiety and fear, Rain recounted the terrifying ordeal to the dispatcher. She explained how a stranger had cunningly lured her into his trap before abducting her daughter. His deceptive claim about his wife being at the Walmart had initially put Rain at ease, unaware of his ulterior motive.
Last seen with this man? Yes, he said he was going to McDonald's and he hasn't been there because the store is closed right now. Okay, is he a white man or a black man? A white man. He's got white short hair and he's got dark eyebrows. You said dark short hair? No, he's got white hair and dark eyebrows. I had a strange feeling about him when I first met him. He took to the dressing room twice, and I was hoping that's okay. And I was looking at the shoes, and I didn't want him to think that I was overly protective, freaking out. But now they're not here, and I find it very odd because he knew that. Oh, okay, ma'am. What color vehicle does he drive? It's a white van. Do you remember any stickers or anything on the side of the van? Anything that you can remember at all? Did it have tinted windows or anything? I know he's got carpet in the van.
Rain's harrowing account of the incident would paint a nightmare scenario for any mother. Within the next couple of hours, the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office issued the first BOLO, be on the lookout for Cherish Periwinkle and Donald Smith's white van. Officers swiftly reviewed surveillance footage, confirming Smith's presence with Cherish inside Walmart and their departure in his van.
Which you can see leaving the shopping center in this surveillance.
Hi, we're calling about a suspicious van over here on Rutgers Road, a white van. It was parked behind some bushes really deep, and then we heard that it was an 8-year-old girl.
Rutgers and where?
Rutgers and behind Highlands Church. Behind Highlands Church.
Can you give me the nearest cross street of Rutgers?
Broward.
Broward?
Yes, ma'am, and it was a white van. It's not there anymore, but we don't know if he dumped anything because we heard a girl just got abducted from Walmart.
Right.
So we're not sure if that's the van, but the white van was pushed all the way to the back of the bushes this morning.
So it's on Rutgers near Broward, near some bushes?
Yes, right behind the church.
Oh, behind Highlands Church?
Yes, ma'am.
As news of the incident spread through the community, a concerned citizen dialed 911, tipping off the police about sighting Donald's white van parked behind a church. By 4 a.m. on the morning of June 22nd, the authorities had issued an Amber Alert for Cherish's disappearance, intensifying efforts to locate her. It didn't take officers long to locate Donald Smith. By around 9 a.m. that morning, an officer spotted Smith's van on I-95 southbound, leading to a brief pursuit before he was apprehended by the police.
Never before seen video of the moments in June 2013 when police captured child killer Donald Smith.
Driver, step out of the vehicle. Face away from us. Keep your hands in the air.
Just 15 minutes after the capture, the canine team made a grim discovery. Cherish's lifeless body was found submerged in water, hidden in a grassy marsh area behind the church on Rutgers Road.
Smith. You could see where he actually drug Cherish out through the reeds and stuff and shoved her up underneath a tree.
This is the canine officer, Charlie Wilkie, who not only retrieved Cherish's body from the water, but also played a pivotal role in apprehending Donald Smith. Here's his chilling account of that fateful day.
But how did you get involved in this case? Take us through what happened first.
Well, we started out that morning. We started our shift at 5 in the morning, and I was walking out to the kennel to get Gator out to get him in a car, and the Amber Alert went out. And so I'm listening to the Amber Alert, and they're describing Cherish, and they're describing Donald Smith, and I looked at Gator, and I said, well, this is what we're going to be working on today. And so we loaded up in the car, and we started our shift, and we started working on leads and working with other officers to try to develop any kind of intel we could as to try to locate him. I actually drove all the way out to the Walmart that morning, retraced steps, looking anywhere around that area that where she might be located. And then eventually, just a few hours later, about 8:30 or so, an officer, Tina Henson, was up on the highway on I-95 working a traffic crash, and the van drove right past her.
Wow.
And so, yeah.
And so how did you know
Tina,
that
being
that was
very
the
alert,
van?
told the drivers that someone else would come and finish the report. And she got in behind the van and notified dispatch, and the dispatch notified me that they were behind the van and it was coming south on I-95.
Smith had bound her in the back of his van, where she was sexually assaulted and strangled to death. Upon hearing the devastating news of Cherish's body being discovered, Rain Periwinkle couldn't contain her anguish and collapsed.
Just 911 Fleming.
Yes, I need to call the rescue. The mom of the baby who just was killed, she needs some emergency assistance right now. She's at. Hurry up, get her. She's in the restroom. Yeah, she is. She's already. She
Ma'am,
needs.
Is that a house or apartment there? Oh,
It's a house.
Stand on line. Let me
It's a house.
transfer you to fire rescue.
The funeral of 8-year-old Cherish was an occasion where even the strongest of people couldn't hold back tears. A lot of people, including relatives and neighbors, attended the service and paid their respects to the grieving parents of Cherish. Upon arrest, Donald Smith was brought in for interrogation. It turned out that he was a well-known local sex offender with a long criminal history, including numerous offenses against minors. He'd been released from jail only 3 weeks prior to Cherish's murder. While waiting to appear before a judge, Donald described his side of the story to his mother, Patricia Moore, from the Duval County Jail.
I know Walmart has more cameras than a bank. There is no way. You crazy. Would plan to go to Walmart, walk into the child, and drive. There is no way in this world. No way. I'm not that. Yeah, as I said, I'm gonna grab a couple cheeseburgers. You want cheeseburgers? Yeah. So I told Cherish that your mom would get some cheeseburgers. I'm gonna just walk out the door. She walks up there. So there's a girl on the floor. Closed. I said, are you closed? Yeah. I said, how much drive is these cheeseburgers be out of? She told me, I said, okay, I'll be right back. I'm gonna get my wallet. I told Cherish, stay right here. I'm gonna go get my wallet. I go out the door. I get halfway across the parking lot. Here she comes running out the parking lot. She goes, where are you going? I said, go back inside. I'm gonna get my wallet. I'm trying to drive away. I'm trying to get away. When I get out to my van, the security comes right there in front of my van. She comes running up. And I'm panicking. Now I'm panicking. Now I'm a sex offender. An 8-year-old girl out of the parking lot of my truck with security right there. Her mother is inside. My mind starts to freak.
In front of his mother, Donald attempted to spin a tale, suggesting he was reluctantly ensnared in the ordeal after being provoked by the 8-year-old girl. He claimed he had tried desperately to escape the situation, but was still drawn in.
What am I going to do? And my mind just shut down. I could have robbed a bank and I would never. Beyond fear. Beyond fear. Could it have happened the way they said? Yes, it could have. It could have. Because she had to go. I don't care how she had to go. That's my life. Stay right there. You're gonna kill me. You little shit. You're gonna kill me. It's your fault. I'm gonna die. I was raging.
Donald eventually confessed to killing Cherish Periwinkle, but his reasoning was not what anyone had expected. He claimed he feared the little girl would reveal his identity to others, leaving him no choice but to kill her. Donald made his first court appearance on 23 June 2013, and his blatant lies held no weight in court, given the overwhelming evidence against him. After years of pretrial hearings following his arraignment, Donald's trial began in 2018 as he faced a litany of serious charges against him.
The commission of a felony, to wit, kidnapping in violation of Section 787.011A2, sexual battery in violation of 794.011.2, and murder in violation of Section 782.04 Florida State.
During her trial, Cherish's mother, Rain, came face to face with Smith in an emotionally charged courtroom.
The man who started talking to you, do you see him here in the courtroom today?
Yes.
Could you point to him and describe where he's seated and what he's wearing today?
He's wearing a long-sleeve blue shirt.
With the glasses on top of his head?
Yes.
Your Honor, may the record reflect that the witnesses identified the defendant?
The record will so reflect.
No.
Did he ever ask you, can Cherish come with me to leave the store?
No.
Would you have ever let your child leave the store and leave the Walmart with this defendant?
No.
Struggling through tears, Rain Periwinkle recounted how Donald Smith had deceived her into believing he was a good Samaritan trying to help her family. Throughout her testimony, Donald sat in court blank-faced, showing no remorse or emotion for his actions. However, Rain's testimony wasn't the only testimony that deeply moved the court that day.
On the left side of her scalp right there.
And how is that caused, Dr. Rao?
Blunt trauma.
I'm going to show you 2 more photographs of the dissection taken of Cherish Periwinkle's throat. Will you first tell the jury what you saw when you dissected her throat?
Yes, so what we do is, I'm sorry, I have to take a break. Can I just have like 5 minutes?
Do you want a 5-minute break? I think we'll all take a break.
As the medical examiner, Dr. Valerie Rayo, testified in court, she struggled to contain herself while holding back her tears whilst detailing the horrific injuries Cherish had sustained. Donald's fate hung in the balance as he awaited the court's decision. Every single person had only one demand: the death penalty for Donald Smith. Cherish's mother, Rain Periwinkle, passionately voiced her support for the death penalty through a powerful video message.
I'm Cherish Periwinkle's mother. The Bible says an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. Don't keep him alive so he can keep getting out. It ends now. Thank you everyone for your support. I couldn't have done it all without you. This is for Cherish and other victims. Other victims out there.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And the inevitable finally happened. After just 19 minutes of deliberation, a jury unanimously found Donald guilty of first-degree murder and sexual battery.
My understanding the jury has reached a verdict, is that correct? One of you is the foreperson. Do you have the verdict forms? Thank you, sir. Thank you. All right. Madam Clerk, if you would publish the verdicts.
In the Circuit Court of the Fourth Judicial Circuit and in Court of Wilkes, Florida, case number 16, 2013, CF 005781 AXXXMA, Division CRD, State of Florida versus Donald James Smith, verdict count 1. We, the jury, find the defendant guilty of first-degree murder as charged in the indictment. We further find the killing was premeditated. We further find the killing was done during the commission or attempted commission of a felony to wit, kidnapping, and sexual battery. Verdict count 2, we, the jury, find the defendant guilty of kidnapping as charged in the indictment. We find the victim was under 13 years of age at the time of the offense. We find the defendant committed sexual battery on the victim during the commission of the offense. Verdict count 3, we, the jury, find the defendant guilty of sexual battery upon a person less than 12 years of age as charged in the indictment. So say we all, done at Jacksonville, Duval County, Florida. Signed the foreperson, February 14, 2018.
Okay, thank you, Madam Clerk. Does either party wish to have the jury polled?
Yes.
Madam Clerk, if you would poll the jury, please. She's going to ask each one of you, is this your verdict? She will ask you in order.
Juror number 7, is this your true and correct verdict? Yes. Juror number 13, is this your true and correct verdict?
Yes.
Juror number 15, is this your true and correct verdict?
Yes.
Juror number 17, is this your true and correct verdict?
Yes.
Juror number 18, is this your true and correct verdict?
Yes.
Juror number 24, is this your true and correct verdict? Yes. Juror number 29, is this your true and correct verdict?
Yes.
Juror number 33, is this your true and correct verdict?
Yes.
Juror number 34, is this your true and correct verdict?
Yes.
Juror number 46, is this your true and correct verdict?
Yes.
Juror number 62, is this your true and correct verdict?
Yes.
Juror number 63, is this your true and correct verdict?
Yes.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen of the jury. Based on your verdict on count 1, then we will have a second phase of this trial. I had told you we would be here 4 days this week. We're only here 3 days this week. You finished your work during the guilt phase, but we must come back next week for a second phase of the trial called the penalty phase. If you'll recall, Monday is a holiday. We're going to start on Tuesday. I need to let you know ahead of time that we may be here a little bit later on Tuesday because some of the witnesses have to travel, and based on their schedules, we need to get them in and out on that day. So I would ask you to plan to be here a little bit later on Tuesday than you have been this week. And I would ask you, if you could, to be here at 8:45 so that we can start at 9 o'clock. You cannot discuss a case still among yourselves or with anyone else, and you cannot discuss their deliberations with them at this point. The trial is still continuing. All 16 of you will be back or need to be back on Tuesday morning, and all 16 of you are excused now with our thanks for your patience and your time this week, and we'll see you Tuesday morning at 9. And if you'll come this way. All right, thank you, everyone. Any exceptions or objections?
No, you
There you are.
All right, we'll be in recess with the understanding that we need to resume in the courtroom at 8:45 Tuesday morning, the 20th. I've asked the jury please to be here by 9. I don't know if we'll do that or not. We've not been too successful, but since we thought we'd be a little later, I thought we'd try to start at 9. With that, thank you to all of you for your time and efforts this week.
Hey, Your Honor, may we approach just on scheduling?
Sure, of course.
But was this an easy decision for the jury? Despite condemning a monstrous criminal to death, the jury members struggled to come to terms with the gravity of their decision.
I was angry, I was mad. It's like when I would stare at him, he would just smirk, you know, just like no remorse. I mean, no, and he could sit there and know that he did this crime. So it was gut-wrenching.
In a fitting conclusion, Circuit Judge Mallory Cooper sealed Donald Smith's fate in May 2018, formally sentencing him to death in Duval County Court, ensuring justice for Cherish Periwinkle.
Donald Smith.
Donald Smith, you have not only forfeited your right to live among us, but under the laws of the state of Florida, you have forfeited your right. This court agrees with the jury's recommendation without reservation. Accordingly, this court finds that death is the only appropriate penalty for the defendant, given the highly egregious nature of this crime.
And so, a monster in disguise met his end. Though justice prevailed, the life of little Cherish can never be restored. Yet she remains forever in the hearts of her loved ones. What do you make of this case? What drove Donald to commit such a heinous act? Was he solely driven by his perverse instincts? Or was there another factor at play? Let us know your thoughts in the comments, and stay tuned for our next video.